In this video, I'm going to give an overview how to unassign a user's role from a resource. Unassigning user's role from a resource becomes important when organizations may redefine responsibilities of users requiring changes in access privileges. Users may be reassigned to different roles that no longer require access to certain resources. Overall, unassigning roles from resources is a critical aspect of access management to maintain security, adhere to policies, and align access with organizational needs and changes. Let's look at this step by step, how to unassign a user's role from a resource.
And when you log in, on the users page, you have the ability to remove a user's role from a resource. Let's take an example of Frank Joseph and unassign Frank from the roles he has been assigned on resource. When you click on ellipsis, the three dots next to a user's name, you'll see the option to remove user. However, this option is only available if the user has non-inherited role. If any of the roles are inherited, the remove user option won't appear. In this case, Network Edge Device Manager and Fabric Manager, these are the two roles that Frank has been assigned on my organization. And these are non-inherited roles, so you'll see the option of remove user. Let's switch the context and move into the context of an IT department. Now, when you are in the context of IT department, you'll see Frank has an additional role, which is a Network Edge Viewer role. Network Edge Device Manager and Fabric Manager, Frank inherited from my organization, but Network Edge Viewer was assigned to Frank on IT department. So now you will see that remove user option is not shown. If any of the roles are inherited, the remove user option won't appear. In such cases, you'll need to manage non-inherited roles through the user details. So when you click on user details, you will see Frank has 3 roles that has been assigned. The inheritance column will indicate which roles are inherited and which roles are not inherited. So Network Edge Viewer role is not inherited, as the inheritance column shows us not available. By clicking on ellipsis next to a non-inherited role, you'll find the option to remove role. Selecting this option will unassign that specific role from the user in the selected context. It is important to note that if the user holds the same role in another context where it's not inherited, they'll retain that role there. The unassignment only affects the resource selected in the context switcher. So in this case, Network Edge Viewer role, we have to unassign from Frank on the IT department. So I'll click on remove role. And when I check mark this box and click on remove role, Frank will be unassigned from the Network Edge Viewer role. Now, you will see that Frank has Network Edge Device Manager and Fabric Manager, which Frank inherited from my organization. So here, when you click on ellipsis, you will not see the option of remove role. And the reason for that is because these roles are inherited, it can only be removed at the node where it has been assigned. So in this case, this role is assigned on my organization. So from the resource selector, when we switch the context to my organization, we will see that Frank has these 2 roles assigned, but here the inheritance column shows us not available, which means that now these 2 roles can be removed from Frank on this context. When you click on ellipsis, you will see the option of remove role. And likewise for Fabric Manager. So when you click on remove role and check mark this box, you will see that Frank will get unassigned from the Fabric Manager role. Now, Frank Joseph can be unassigned from the Network Edge Device Manager role from here also. So remove user, as I explained, what it does is it will unassign all the roles that the user has been assigned on the selected context. Since we already removed Fabric Manager, Frank only has a Network Edge Device Manager role on my organization. So it can be removed directly from here, or you can go to the user details and remove it from here also, right? So let's remove it from the users page. When you click on Frank Joseph, click on remove user and check mark this box, Frank will be unassigned this role from the my organization. Now, if I want to assign Frank again the role, I can do that. I can search using the first name, last name, or the username of the Frank. So now you see Frank does not have any role assigned. I'll click on grant access and I will select the roles which I want to assign to Frank. So let's say I select Network Edge Device Manager, Network Edge Connection Manager, and click on Next. Now you will see that Frank has again these two roles that has been assigned.
This concludes this video. Thank you for watching.